Good afternoon, everybody. This is Richie and Donnie coming
Hello.
at you from the historic Blick Plantation. Doing a quick video. I'm going to be posting a few pictures and videos later about our, what is today's date? I don't even know what day it is. It's Saturday.
What
is it, 18th?
16?
I don't know.
I think it's 16.
Something like that. But we camped here last night and then got up this morning and went and got gas and then worked all day. And we've gotten quite a bit cleared. We got the old porch pillar off. Yeah, here we go, right over there. We got the porch pillar pulled out from underneath of it, both of them actually. But now the roof is resting on that tree that's behind Donnie's noggin, that huge tater of his. But
Tater tree.
But we also cleared out front. I was able to mow some out front. Cleared out along the front walkway around the yucca coming in. I also cleared a spot at the power line where the power line is going to run in from the pole. Donnie was able to clear a bunch from in front of the barn and on the side of the barn. But we did not get to the back of the house today, but that's all right. You can't do everything in one day, and he's got to go back home tonight.
That's a lot.
But if anybody's around tomorrow, I'll be here at least in the morning doing some stuff. So you're welcome to stop by and lend a hand. But other than that, what'd you think of the place? This is your first time here. You've seen the website. You've seen all the pictures on Facebook and all that stuff. Now, what are your thoughts?
It's something to where the longer you look at it, the more details jump out at you. And just to look at things and know that, you know, the hands of time and generations have touched, and it's just something where you really sit around and look at the history. It's there. It's your ancestral home as much as it would be my mother's home that they lived in for 40 years, even longer. There's memories there, and everything that you're uncovering, it's just more and more to see.
What's weird here is there's memories here, but we don't know those memories.
Right, but
You're
tied to them.
We're tied to them. We feel them. We can imagine what life was like.
Yeah.
When this was a real plantation. It was on about 1,000 acres, and it was the only house around here. There was a neighbor. There were a couple of neighbors, but they were all really spaced out.
It does, and it gives texture to that imaginary. You trying to imagine what it was like back then. You know, you can sit and look at a book and say, well, you imagine what it's like, but when you see where they lived, you know what it would have been like on the daily. It's you know, it's something different.
Yeah.
And
also, like we were talking about last night, the house. How did our ancestors survive in non-temperature controlled, non-humidity controlled houses? The furniture that we just put in there like 2 weeks ago has already got kind of mildew and mold on it. So, and I've got a dehumidifier, but I can only run it when I'm down here running the generator. And so we've really got to get that power line run sooner than later, because I think that's the only answer to not ruining what we're putting in the house.
correct.
We've had a local lady offer a sofa, and Judy Gibson offered a antique rocking chair, things like that. And I do plan on getting those things. I'm afraid to put everything in here at one time because of having to clean it constantly, and I need to button up the ceilings and get the fabric on the ceilings and
Really,
stuff,
security of the building first.
security of the building, weatherproofing it, you know, getting tarps up on the missing siding and things like that. So y'all just bear with us. I appreciate everybody's thoughtfulness and generosity. We had someone want to donate an antique, very nice bedroom set. I couldn't take it right then, and plus I couldn't move it because I had I had hurt my arm. So
Put your wimpy arm.
I've got to I did pretty good with it today, though.
You did. I've seen it flailing around every now and then.
Yeah, I hold it up like this a lot. You know, I just hold it up, or I hold my hand a certain way, and it reminds me of like Bob Dole, because he had that arm injury,
Right.
and he always held an ink pen in his hand, and he always held it a certain way. Well, I've caught myself behaving like that, and my physical therapist doesn't want me to behave that way.
Right.
They fuss at me a little bit, and not really, but you know what I mean.
Change the pen.
Yeah.
To a beer.
Yeah. That would suit it much better. I get a lot more done that way.
Right.
But anyway, so we'll post some pictures later. But what are your closing thoughts on the direction that I've told you that I want to go?
It's wonderful. It's a very homely, campy feeling, a retreat, but also as you're going and you're cleaning, you're uncovering the layers, and you just get to see more and more of it. So that's the part where, volunteering your time and just getting to see things unfold, and I don't know, there's joy in it. And I just can't wait to see, how far we can take the project and, keep this historical landmark from falling into any more,
Yeah. Now, since I can write, I can angle my arm properly to write, because for 5 months, I could not write. I had to have a piece of paper real close to my stomach and at a certain angle just to handwrite. But now, since I can write, I can type a little bit better. And I'm hoping now to resume my efforts with the Virginia Landmarks Registry and the National Register of Historic Places. I cannot do that on my own, though. I'm going to have to hire professionals that can help with that, because I don't know the keywords that they look for at the National Trust, and I don't want to mess myself up later
Right.
by, not being proper enough early on. So if any of the followers out there have ever helped get a home on the registry, feel free to reach out to me, especially if you write or can help write some of the verbiage. That would be really appreciated. And I really can't wait to get this back as a school, to teaching here. And that's why I want to be very cautious of what I do and what I clear and how it affects and impacts the property as a whole, because I don't want it to lose the feeling of that privacy. Remember, we were talking about the driveway. Donnie had the idea of leaving the entrance to the property through the thicket, if you will, narrow, like a one lane wide driveway, and then having it broaden back out once you enter it into it. So, and we discovered we have about 60 foot of pipe that can go in the driveway, in the ditch to cover, to cross the driveway, like a culvert type pipe, but it's not that big. It's about 6-inch pipe, but we're trying to get somebody to deliver gravel now just to cover that over. But it's going to be about a 60 foot wide or 50 foot wide entrance, and there'll be parking out there on the easement, so not everybody can come down the driveway. So it's going to be wider at the street, come in very narrow to get through the thicket, which will keep our privacy as well. And then it'll broaden back out. I will be putting a gate up. And Donnie had that idea too. And I think that's smart, at least for security, for private stuff. So put a little gate up across the driveway and one across the footpath here out front too. Maybe a little, historic looking.
It's had 100 years, what's probably, now, 60 years of a natural barrier growing up all around everything.
Yeah, lots of briars and thicket.
Lots.
If I can't turn the camera around because it's on a tripod out in front of us, but I'll post a picture of what it looks like just behind the camera, because it's in a thicket of mess. It looks good behind us thanks to neighbor Mrs. Ward. She was able to come out here over winter and clear some underbrush for us, and increase the access to the porch. And then we've been steadily clearing ever since then, and we cleared a little bit before that. But it's starting to really, you can see the difference now. So thank you to both Stan Ward as well, because he helped cut up the limbs that we drug out and piled up in the easement. And then we have Tim Moore, another volunteer. He came with his chainsaw and helped work on the driveway a little bit. And he says he's coming back in the fall. So we've had some people step up, and we sincerely appreciate it. And I'm really looking forward to when we hold the first class here, or historic, if it's blacksmithing, or if it's masonry, or if it's craftsman, woodworking, that sort of thing. I'm really looking forward to that day. So, and that's the purpose of the nonprofit, is to learn from it and to educate others. So thanks everybody for the support, the financial support too. We had a fundraiser, and it was a great success. And then I had a lot of people donate in honor of my father, and that means a lot. We will be starting on the cemetery soon. Now, since we've got mowed access all the way back to it, it's a little bit easier to get back there than weeding through the weeds like we were before. You didn't even get to go to the cemetery today.
Not today.
Well, there'll be another day for that.
Yeah.
All right, this is Richie and Donnie signing off. Sayonara. Thanks for tagging along, everybody. Have a great day.